Hi everyone. This is a call to ask everyone from the center of their being that when you are asked to help, could you please do that? Because there's an energy on this planet that is so ignorant of that, because we're so divided and divisive in our mentality of helping, as though we're giving too much. We could, I don't know, have all our worst fears come true if we don't be of service. Like, if we are of service, we could be giving too much. Or, oh, I can't trust them. We are souls forever. You're here temporarily to be of service as who you are. I don't know if you can see that. Let me show you. Help. It won't kill us. It won't take too much from us. And the natural flow of the heart chakra as an energetic being, law, you give, you're going to receive. You don't give, you're not going to receive. So check in with yourself as to what are your little borders and boundaries that have become chronic. Because I'm in a situation where giving of oneself toward another is a chronic debilitation. He just can't do it. It has to be a certain way. It has to satisfy his whole nearly 4 decades of history on the planet. Like a mental structure, upkeep, otherwise he could not lift a finger in my direction. And I am just the point of contact for the sacred path experience, for the giving nature of how massive that is to show of the heart field. Now, do you understand what I just said? Because I understand it, but I simplify and summarize. So in life on your sacred path, it is almost like, but I don't want to think of it solely as this, a theater, okay? The divine have set up with us before coming here sacred paths. So there are certain points and people, but we still have free will choice. So we could take a long detour knowing a point or whatnot, but having ignored because we don't want to do certain things. We prefer it to be satisfying our history that we've had here on the planet so far. We're not going to go too much out of our way, you know, if we get an inclination of change or anything, you know, that kind of thing. So, Matthias and I, Soul Reunion, is assisting the planet. He knows exactly where that point of contact is. But it seems giving of himself has to be a huge effing dilemma. So for whatever reason, but he just keeps hassling me along the path that I just can't give of myself, but you give to me. No, I don't like the conditions of separation, divisive living, expectation, drainage, attachment of living. So, people, you give of yourself to life and you receive. There is no special person on this earth that gets to show up invisible, and he's going to make sure that everything happens the way he wants for his arrival. None of us get to do that. When you manifest, it's you follow a feeling and you go and experience it in the unknown. It's not, there it is on my phone now, exactly as I desire. I feel safe enough now. We all know that each day there's a life to live with actions and activity, getting amongst life and following what we can trust that feels right. So you spend quiet time going within for the spirit and soul path, and then you go live the spirit and soul path. But you got to live it. So I'm the connection point of his expansion of the heart, and boy, oh boy, does he make a backwards momentum of coming forwards. So it's as simple as choose to help because you're solely helping yourself. I could give you, every one of us would have examples of it. Put some consciousness to it as to stay at home, don't participate, and see if anything's coming back to you. And there's so many examples there. But the heart chakra is give to receive. So if you want more expansion, happiness, and your dreams to come true, then you had better been giving of yourself here. Because literally what we're doing is, like a sunrise into a field, you are opening up and walking into your heart field. You are stepping in saying, this is all of me. Not, just give to me. And this is my safety and security. And you give to me. It don't work, energetic being. So don't forget, on your paths, do your best to be brave and question yourself when you hold back, when you know you could have helped, you could help, or you're just not even looking at the world at all to be of help. And so when someone taps you on the shoulder or the universe says, oh, emergency, or oh, go there, or anything like that, you're more in a shock than you are, oh, that's just a natural way of life. There's actually no borders, boundaries, separation. There is just all a love field, and who's giving it and in it as much as you can be, at least in it. But you don't walk around just solely giving all the time. You must go within and give to yourself, but you must come out. And so we've got to learn to love the coming out. So no one in this world, and this is why people get drained. No one in this world has to help, or help some and shut down others, which is what's happening to me. As he is off doing his crown chakra, climbing trees, another forest venture, and talking the talk of helping everybody. But when it comes to his own path, he pretends he's confused as to what to do. It's quite simply, he knows he's meant to show up for a woman and hasn't. Takes his time, claims it has to be what she does for him and that will be the connection. And no, this is where men or women in any relationship, you do not set conditions. You either offer yourself in friendship and let it grow, show yourself, give of yourself, receive with the other, blend, get to know each other and grow. But if you don't do that, don't expect anything. Have a good day, everyone. Don't forget, we are here for upward growth, for waking up. Give of yourself. Do it randomly, which is never really random because we're always given opportunities to share of ourselves, our heart. And just let me say, what happens when we do that? Put some consciousness to this. When we give of ourselves, right, we interact in some way, we get this good feeling, or we get this interaction, or we get this learning, we get this experience, whatever it is. We've received something. We give, we're in receivership of something. And then, so you put consciousness to that. You give, you're in receivership. You're in some kind of, like the laws, cause and effect, or action, reaction. You give energy, you're in the energy field, something's coming back. And whether we know it or not, it's something that we could contemplate. So in the contemplation, you sit back. And what essentially is that? You know yourself a bit more. And what essentially did you do? You went into the unknown. How are you to know if you bent down and picked up that lady's grocery bag because it had a hole in it and you helped her pack it back up again? You know, the kindness from her eyes and her heart and her thankfulness, how you were going to, you don't know. Or what she would say to you next. Or maybe you recognized each other and started into a chat. You know what I mean? You enter into the unknown in every moment, pretty much, as you step out your door. Even in your own house, you don't know when you go down, well, when I go downstairs, when you go and do something, you don't know how you're going to feel or what you're going to think. It's different to yesterday. But if we stay in the same vibrational state, we're not going to experience the new. We're not even going to see the purpose in experiencing the new. Like the unknown. We're going to think, no, safety is when I stay the same and everything's fine. Now, I better make sure that everything's going to happen like that for me as it goes forward. Because that's who I am. And it's not. All of that is a laid out controlling story. Because the truth is, we can't control life. But we can try our best to make it a firm framework. And we can crack up when it doesn't happen our way. But it doesn't mean it has to. Just because you tell the story. So I'd really like it if Matthias De Stefano heard that and actually like let it sink in. Just because you tell a story doesn't mean you're right. And just because you put out a request doesn't mean it's going to come back that way if the energy coming from you is of limitation in the first place. Telling the world how you want a manifestation. You can only give of yourself and see what comes back. And that's called honest, authentic interaction. Give of yourself and let the world and the universe that's working with everyone, it's giving of you, see what comes back. But you must give of you. You are a heart, mind, body, and soul. This is how you maintain this alignment and not sort of run over here instead of doing that with your heart, or go over there instead of doing this with your heart, body, mind, and soul. Oh, I can dodge this. Yeah, but you're not growing and you're not honest. When you know, you should be stepping into the unknown. Because that's the way it is. You're here for that growth. Okay? So life is not going to come to you the way you want if you are not here participating in that growth. You got the signs, you got to go. Much love, everyone. Help yourself or someone today, but in a forward momentum, going into participation and unknown. Much love. Bye for now.